Yo, it's a lion's war, and the stakes are high. Lord Shadow steps up. He's ready to fly. Questions in the air, they start to rain. Can Lord clear his lane without any strain? How many deaths will Lord give out this war? He gotta maintain. Find the best counter for a defender. Lord Shadow's skill, he's the ultimate contender. The map's laid out, it's a treacherous path, but Lord's got the skills. He's done the math, checking the nodes, planning the attack. He's moving forward, there's no turning back.
Hey everyone, Shadow here, and welcome to another Marvel Contest of Champions video. So it's season 59, and this is war number 4. And we're going up against an alliance called, let's take a look here, the Keshig Monarchy Ascended. See, who did they ban? All right, they banned Onslaught, Serpent, and Mr. Sinister. All right, let's take a look here and see what they got. Ooh, okay, so they have Kindred, Mantis, Dark Phoenix, and Red Skull. So I'm thinking Corvus for Red Skull. This Dark Phoenix is concerning. I'm not used to fighting her, so I need to make sure we have a good counter for her, especially when I have to deal with all the the auto block. Let me show you. So you got strike counter, that's already annoying. And then Sixth Sense. 50% chance to auto block all medium and light attacks. Very, very annoying. Okay. This node here, I would like to use Photon if I can. She tears up Kindred, generally. Now, the encroaching stun, the reason I like using Photon is when she gets stunned, you can't really hit her. Let's see. Now, this here, Frightful, every 3 seconds, the attacker is inflicted with a power detonation, lasting 12 seconds, dealing 20% of the defender's base attack when they expire. I hate that. I do not like this node. Okay? Don't like it at all. But we got 2 of them. Now, see, for him, not a big deal. Corvus would just eat him alive. But the rest of these, that would be a pain. Now, I know Deathless Thanos can also handle this, but I know he's trying to... Let's take a look at his spreadsheet here. And we'll see who he has here. All right, so for Red Skull, he has Terrax, who can do that fight, and he's bleed immune. For Dark Phoenix, he has Absorbing Man, and he said use the Magma pre-fight. All right. And like I said, I don't know how well that will go. And for Kindred, he has Sandman. And just watch for the encroaching stun, he says. All right. But see, with Photon, I wouldn't have to watch for it. But Sandman is has the Fantastic tag. So he'll counter that for a little bit. I can't tell you how many times encroaching stun gets me. I really hate it. And then we've got... For Mantis, Absorbing Man again. All right, well, let me look real careful like. So Terrax, it looks like the only fight for Terrax. Let me make sure here. The only fight for Terrax is that first fight. Let me see. Do I have any? Nope. I don't have any minis that I got to take. So it's just my path. So Terax only fights that Red Skull. So I can bring in somebody else. And I know he's trying to get the fantastic tag. But honestly, with like Corvus, it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter at all. Let's see. So the only one that I'm really concerned about, honestly, would be that Dark Phoenix, because I'm not used to fighting her. But I'm going to trust him. And let's see. For Kindred, I guess it'll be Sandman. Let me see something. Who has the Frightful Tag? Maybe that's something that I should look at here. All right. Because I'm sick of getting stuck. Actually, wait. Is it Frightful? No, it's Fantastic, not Frightful. Okay, so Dark Phoenix could possibly be a good option here. She's got the Nova Flame. She's also immune to Nova Flame, so she would be good for the other Dark Phoenix there. And her heavy attack removes, pulverizes armor ups. So that Red Skull, I would just need to do a heavy attack maybe. So yeah, that might be a better option. She's not, wait. She's not bleed immune though. So that could be a problem on that node. However, the pulverize can remove Red Skull's armor ups, and he'll be taking damage when I do. But I think the heavy attack will still put a bleed on her, I think. So as long as he has armor up. So really it's safer to go with a bleed immune champion. Yeah, anytime a contact. And then for each armor up. Yeah. So let's not do that. Let's not do that. So yeah, it'd be Terax or Corvus. And then for this one, I think yeah, I guess Absorbing Man will work. So yeah, I guess we can try that. Mantis is again Absorbing Man. I don't know how well that'll work. But all right. If I think of anything, I'll suggest it to him and see where we go. All right. So let's get on with the fighting. All right. We're going in with Terax, Sandman, and Absorbing Man. 3 great champions. We're going to see how we do this war. Now, I'm going to promise you guys something. We're going to keep it positive. I am not going to complain at all. Not once. Okay? Hold me to it. Now, I might make some observations, but I'm not going to complain about anything. All right. Now, with that said, I'm boosting up here, and I'm going into this war very optimistically. I know that Terax can handle Red Skull. Red Skull is a difficult defender if you don't have a good counter for him. Now, the defender tactic, Frightful, tagged champions. That Frightful defender tactic, it doesn't require, but I noticed that we were trying to play that tactic by bringing in fantastic attackers. So as you can see here, Terax, who, as I said, is a great champion and I like him, one thing about him is you really need to get good with that RNG. So like right now, I am not doing any armor breaks. Now, if you guys know Terax better than I do, let me know. I only know once I'm in the rock field after my special, that is the time I can inflict all the armor breaks and get rid of these armor breaks on Red Skull. Okay, so let me know after you watch this fight here what you think I should do if I go in again with Terax versus Red Skull. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing here. Now, I will not willingly go in against Red Skull with Terax. And it's not because Terax can't do it, but it seems like he's a bit slow. And I am not great at dealing with fights when they take an especially long time. Now, you may also notice that I don't have my recoil masteries on. What I did was I was doing other content. I think Wheel of Fate. No, not Wheel of Fate. I was doing the Dark Phoenix Alliance War Showcase. And for that, I wanted to take off my ouchies, right? It's what we call the recoil, liquid courage, double edge, all right? And then I did the Valiant Gauntlet. And that was another one where not having those on was better, okay? And so I just left them off for a few wars because I was doing other content and I wasn't really grinding the arena at that time. So it wasn't really that big of a deal, and it saved me units. So you see, I hit into him and took all that damage. And another observation that I've noticed is that when I fight with Red Skull, I don't notice them taking as much damage as I take when I hit him in his block. All right, so, and then this here, he just wouldn't play into my attacks or anything. All right, and so I can tell you now at this point of the fight, I am really wishing that I had brought Corvus. Now, when a plan is made we have the option to make suggestions and changes and things like that. So they just give us a tentative plan. And I was a little bit more careful during this war because the last couple of wars, if you haven't seen it, I got really tired of getting stuck with a counter that really didn't work. You see how close that fight was? But we got it done. Okay. It was closer than it should have been. Let me know what you think I could have done to improve that fight. I might find myself in a situation like that with Terrax again. You know, they might ban everybody that's a good option, you know. I was thinking of a few options for that first fight, and that's the only fight that I needed Terrax for. So I was thinking I could have brought in Corvus, maybe even Dark Deathless Thanos. I don't know. Don't know if that would have been a good idea. All right, so this one is a fight that I have not done, and I have to deal with the I always forget what that node is called, but the 50% auto block, that's one. I think that one is called Sixth Sense. And then there's one where I can't use my specials too often. My attacks too often, or I'll end up getting suppression on my power until I can't do anything until I fire a special. All right, so if you notice here, I'm just trying to build up to his special 2. Okay, just trying to build up to a special 2. Okay, now I have a special 2, right? So I just need to block, heavy, boom, 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 bam. Okay, so I'm like, all right. And then she catches me when I was going backwards. But at this point, I'm not sure what makes Absorbing Man so great. And I went and watched a video, and that Absorbing Man, and we both 6-star, and look at that, she just dexed out of that. But I was wondering what was going on. Look at my health. Every time I parried her, look at the damage. Look at that. And so I was sitting there like, what is going on? Look at my health. It's just disappearing because of her Nova Flame. And then I'm dead. I'm dead. And so I was like, would it have been better if I had gone in here with maybe another Dark Phoenix? Or maybe Iceman. I don't know. Iceman is very tanky, and he's immune to the Nova Flame. I don't remember if he was banned here. He might have been. I don't remember. But I had some reservations about going in with a 6-star anyway. But Absorbing Man is a beast. Okay? And so one thing I was surprised about, and I know it's because of her safeguard, he didn't do as much damage as I was hoping he would with that special 2. So I'm sitting here like, okay, what did I do wrong in that fight? It just seemed like I was taking a lot more damage than I thought I should. All right, so in magma form, I'm not taking a lot of damage from her Nova Flame. Okay, he's not immune to it, but he has a very high energy resistance to it. And in one of the YouTube videos that I watched, I saw that it wasn't doing a whole lot of damage. But I watched this back and I was looking, I was like, why am I losing health like that? I couldn't figure it out. And as I watched, I saw that every time I parried her, she was taking big chunks out of my life. I'm not taking the damage there. Is it because I had a lot of Nova Flames on me? All right, so watch my health. Okay. Okay, she fired a special 1. That's fine. Okay, and then I do this. Now, look at that damage. Now, that damage looked nice. Okay. So I'm a bit confused. All right, now, here we go. So, bam. Okay, I just noticed. So something she's immune to, I guess it's the, his damage in magma form. But every time she's immune, I'm taking a lot of damage. All right. And so at this point, I'm like, okay, come on, we got her. And then, of course, the auto block. But I got special too. All right. And then, so what happened there is Mystic Dispersion. I need to change my mastery setup when I don't have the ouchies on, because I have MD at like 5. This is what happens quite often when that happens. And you saw I did a special 3. It didn't take her out. And then bam, she just said, boop. But MD5 often takes me to a special 3 when I don't want to go to a special 3. So I need to put it down to like 3. Now you see me paused here. I'm not going to tell you the things that I called Dark Phoenix. Sorry about that, Dark Phoenix. I do love you. Yeah. But I'm looking here and I'm like, okay. I raged a little bit because I'm just like, and I sent a message in line when this happened to my alliance mates. So that was 2 deaths just like that. And I'm like, wow. And I feel like the damage that I was taking was largely unavoidable. That's just the feeling I got. It may not be the case. So let me know in the comments if that's the case. But I did watch somebody beat her good with Absorbing Man. Okay. Now, here's where he shines. Okay. Come on. She gets that immortality, but it don't last. I know Absorbing Man is good. Maybe it was something on the node. I don't know. But you guys definitely let me know. That is, I believe, the first time I had to fight Dark Phoenix on that node. And obviously, I don't fight a lot of Dark Phoenixes in the wild. So there could be a lot of things that, you know, I was doing wrong that I just don't understand about her. All right, now, next fight is against Kindred. Now, just recently in Battlegrounds, I saw that Kindred gets tore up by Photon. So I'm like, whoa, Photon could tear him up. But if you noticed, he is a frightful tag champion. So he's benefiting from the defender tactic. So Sandman is who was chosen because he has the fantastic tag, if I remember correctly. All right. So the strategy here is to just bait out his special 1 and punish it to keep that degen down. You know, whatever that thing was called. All right. See how I just do that and then punish it. Okay. That's what you want to do all the time. All right. So I'm like, all right, I think I got this. All right. Yep. Just punish that. And now I also have to watch for the encroaching stun. Okay. And then he just decided to give me a love tap there. No problem. And here we go. Now, one thing that I do like about Sandman when I have to deal with encroaching stun, his specials are long. Okay. So I don't have to wait till almost the encroaching. Now, right there, I kind of messed up and didn't punish that special 1. Okay, but look at his health. We are doing great, okay? And then that happened, and I'm like, okay, I tried to back off, and he got me. And look at this. The fight's over now. There was nothing I could do. Just that one thing. Now, we were doing the fight great up until that point. So I dashed back. He hit me anyway, which got me out of position. And then I went to dash in, like you saw me do earlier, to punish his attack. As you can see, it did not work out. Okay, so keeping it positive. I'm like, wow, you know, I could have gotten the solo there. So we're just going to march on. Okay. Lovely, lovely Alliance War. Wonderful game mode. I do miss the format we had last season. That was beautiful. I really hope they bring that back. And my alliance, you know, as an alliance, we did very well. But I noticed that I think, what did we lost maybe 2 times the entire season. But we still didn't go up a rank. We were still the same rank as we always are. So I'm not sure how that worked. But I enjoyed that season a lot better than I'm enjoying this one. So I have a plan. And the plan is to largely ignore the tactics. If it happens to be a champ that has the tactic, great. If not, I'm going to go in with a good counter. So, for example, in this war, I could have brought Dark Phoenix, first of all. I think she could have handled Red Skull. I don't think the bleed... The thing that scared me was the bleed. You'd get a bleed on you for every armor up. That's what was scaring me, but I don't remember what he started at. But if he doesn't start at a high number of armors, she can control those armors pretty well, okay? And she would have been a better option for the Dark Phoenix that I fought, I believe. And because she has her immortality, and I believe that that will trigger even on a damage over time effect. So even if the bleed were to, get me down, I think she would have been able to survive it. So next time I'll be thinking about using Dark Phoenix. Okay. Another option, I could have brought in, I think, Deathless Thanos. He would have been a good option there to take rid of that. And, of course, Corvus. But thinking of champs that I could use later, Dark Phoenix would have been a good option there. So from now on, I'm just going to go with champs that I think are going to be good options, even if they don't have the fantastic tag, and I'm dealing with a frightful defender. All right, now this fight here against Mantis, I am going to calmly commentate this fight. So this node has safeguard, and I can't do the same attack in a row or else I take damage. All right, so here you go. You see I'm doing medium lights. Here we go. I got my special 2. Now I just need to parry and do my heavy. Okay, parry, no parry. All right, get it right? Oh, now she gets me with that. All right, fine. All right, come on, parry, no parry. And then I got hit right into a special 3. Okay, so that messed up my plan. Because my plan was to parry, heavy, cancel into a special 2. You've seen me do it. Not sure why I was no longer able to parry her. Okay. So now encroaching stun is coming. And I tried to do the, at least she didn't hit me there. But I tried to do, I did my striker to try and avoid getting hit with that sleep. If I had a special, that would have been something else. Okay. So here she goes. She got me in a corner now. And look at the damage she's doing into my block. And she's just hitting my block. And so I had to fire that special because she was just going to keep battering my block until I was done. And then I got hit with the stun, over with. So I'm like, okay. I wasn't as calm as I am now, but I'm like, all right, well, that's fine. She's got, I'm looking here to see if there's anything that I missed, with fighting her. Because I fought her a few times and I've not really had that big of an issue with her. So I'm just like, okay, maybe that was just a fluke. Okay, but I don't think it was. Leave a comment. But I believe her not being stunned or stunnable after a little bit might have been that neutralize. I don't know what was going on there. So leave a comment and let me know. See, I can parry her here. Okay, and you see I went and did an advanced power boost so I could get to my special 2 faster. What? She purified it. I'm like, come on. Nope, she purified it again. What the heck? And I'm in the corner again. Okay, nope, now I can't parry her. So again, could not cancel into it. Had to fire that off just to save my life. Okay? And so I'm like, all right, it's purified. So clearly, I do not know how to fight her. And as you saw right there, what I did there, I saw how much damage she was doing into my block. So I said, all right, let me try to intercept her and get her down that way. And she said, yeah, that's exactly what I was waiting for you to do. And she intercepted me instead. So now I'm like, wow. All right. And you may notice that I'm not healing up. All right. So I'm like, at this point, I'm just tired. I'm tired and I'm frustrated. Now, I guess her special 1 gives her these cleanse passives. Okay. These are the things that I've learned since the fight. And that's what was happening. That's the purify. Similar to Sheila. Okay. And you see here. And I just want to get her down. We have 1 attack bonus left on here. And I can't just rush her because if I do, see, I was trying to get her. Just 1 attack bonus left, and we would have been able to get that done. But we didn't. So at this point, there's no attack bonus left. So just go in. Now, this was my bad, and I already apologized to my alliance, because what you're supposed to do if you have some problems right after the first death, you're supposed to call out and say, hey, I'm having some problems, but I got so much health off of her, I thought that I could do it that second time. And once I didn't do it the second time, she only had a little bit of health left. And so I'm like, I could finish that off really quickly. And you see what happened. So anyway, that is my war. Hopefully wars in the future will do better. Like I said, I'm going to largely ignore the tags and just go in with champs that can nuke them down fast before the unavoidable damage that they put into the defenders takes hold of me. All right, and takes me out. All right, so we'll be back in a moment and you'll find out just how this war ended. And we're back, and we didn't win this war. Let's see how bad it was. Ooh, very close. And when I see this, it hurts. Because I'm like, man, if I had played better. Shout out to our MVPs. I did look and see that my defenders got a total of 4 deaths. I don't know who or what. I really wish Kabam would give us those statistics toward the end there. But yeah, this was just a bad, probably my worst war. I raged out, didn't heal up. It was bad. It was bad. Anyway, we ain't gonna let that stop us, and we're not gonna have that happen again. So that is gonna do it, guys. Thank you all for watching the video. Take care. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about this video. And you all have a blessed day.
Lord's moves are slick, dexterity more heavily, he dodged quick. Class champ, Lord the master of the game, cosmic science, skill, tech, mute, I claim. Arena and chill grind, that's how he roll. No stress, no drama, just on patrol. In the fight, he's swift, his tactics be tight. LordShaedow's in the arena, ready to ignite.